This conference will now be recorded.
Nice and loud. There we go. All right, I'm gonna move that. I do have the chat box open, so if you guys have questions while I'm going along this, feel free to write in the chat and I'll respond to whenever we get to a good stopping point. For anyone who is in here, please jot down your questions so we could do them at the end and then I could just power through all of them. That way the people who are online who are following along, they could click through and they don't get lost too. So let me get this out of the way. Shrink. And we can keep these on the side just in case we get some messages. So first things first, you're going to want to log into your normal Facebook account. A lot of people are concerned about having their personal Facebook and this business page together. It's hard to describe, but they are together but separate. So you could still log into your normal Facebook profile and you could have a Facebook page, but both of those pages won't be interconnected as far as what people see unless you invite them to your page. So the page is technically private until you invite whoever you want on it. So not everyone on your personal Facebook will get notification of you making this page. So it's all really whoever you want to invite. I'll show you later on whenever we do make the page, you can choose friends from your personal page to invite over to your business page. I'm learning how to say that a little bit smoother because it's kind of confusing.
Yes, of course, I asked yesterday and you answered.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but again, if anyone has questions too online, if you could hear me, just write in the chat and everything, and I'll be able to go over that whenever we go through all of the Facebook basics for making a business page. So whenever you do log into your Facebook page, this is the normal view, of course, of your news feed. On the left-hand side, you're going to have your pages, events, and little shortcuts over there. There used to be a shortcut over on this side in this little drop down, but they removed it in order to make pages. I guess you could still go to manage page. It's pretty much going to the same thing over here. So you could click on pages or manage page on this little triangle drop down over here, and it will take you to pages that you have created. Right now I don't have a page created, so this is brand new, just like everyone else who does not have a Facebook page yet in our little session today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here and click on this green button that says create page. This is going to generate some options for us as far as what type of page that we're going to be doing. You're going to want to do business or brand because technically your real estate is yours. Community or public figure you don't have to worry about because that's more of, like celebrity basis, or if you're doing some sort of person relation type of thing, teams, groups, clubs, things like that. Business is going to focus more on your skill set and pricing and point of contact for what you're providing for people, and in this state it is real estate. So you're just going to go ahead and go to business or brand, click on get started, and then it's going to give you options here. So it says connect with customers, grow your audience, and showcase your products with a free business page. So it's completely free to make your pages on Facebook. You're going to firstly start with creating a name. Some people get creative with this, but I think the most point blank thing that you could do is, I see people do Megan the Realtor, or Megan sells real estate. Sorry if I butcher any words. It's really up to you. We have a realtor here whose name is Tammy. Thank you for closing that. And her username is actually really fun. And let me put it. Your home girl, Tammy. Because she's a real estate person, and home girl is a cute little phrase, like your friend. So I thought that was really cute whenever I first saw that one. But I'm just going to do Megan the Realtor.
Can you change that at any time?
I don't believe so.
So, in gold or set that in...
Yeah. So you really want to make sure that the title is kind of point blank to what you offer. So instead of just putting your name, that's just going to seem like it's a page for a person. I would include real estate, realtor, something having to do with the housing market. That way people could already read the name and get a gist of what you're trying to do with your business page. Sorry, what did you say? I got distracted by someone's sound.
Mine was set up through Jennifer about a year and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
Just under Mike Trexler, I'm a realtor.
That's
So
fine.
Now that's good, you know, it's not really advertising, but
Yeah.
it says who I am.
Yeah, that's fine. On your personal page, you are able to change your name though, I believe a handful of times. You're not
Oh,
able to
okay.
change it a bunch, but that's on your personal, not on your business page. So then under here is your category. So that is what you're specializing in. On here, if you begin to type real estate, it's already going to give you options as far as that department and career. So you could put real estate agent because that is primarily what you're focusing on. It's going to ask for an address, and with this, I recommend using the address for your location as far as a premium properties office. That way, Facebook doesn't have your home address, because that would be, I would think, just kind of scary to have just your information of exactly where you live for your address on here. So with the address, I would just put a premium properties location, whatever one that you call your home base. So for example, the Cimarron one, Lake Mary, Lake Nona, Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, so on. The complete rest of the address, of course, which is the city, state, and zip, and your phone number. Phone number is what you're going to want to put as your personal one or your work phone number, whatever the point of contact should be for someone to reach out to you if they have questions about your services or if they want to look at homes and things like that. So that phone number, you want it to be personal. Address, make it the premium properties address just for safety precautions. There's people out there that do look for personal information and take it, so I would definitely just like play it safe with the address. And you could even choose to not show your address if you don't even want them to have the address location, because in reality, realtors could be at any place, anytime, so it's best if it's just contact through email or phone. That way you could set up a time to actually meet them or show them homes and things like that. So it's your choice if you want to show it or not. I'm not sure if I have to completely fill those out, so I'm just going to hit continue. I do. All right. Okay, let's see if I can make one up. Oop. Wait, there's an Orlando, New York? Did you see that? All right. Okay, let's see if it'll accept it. Okay, it'll take a minute to process and start building your page. And it is going to firstly ask for a profile picture. A profile picture is going to be pretty much like this, your little image. So you're going to want to go in here and select upload a profile picture. I believe I already have a picture on here too. Hopefully, yep. Yay. All right, and that will upload my profile picture. And then it's going to ask for a cover photo. So I get a lot of people who will ask, how do I get the cover photo and how do I add it onto my Facebook? Simply enough, you could actually just go to another tab if you want to. Premium properties agents. Profile picture is going to be a headshot. Your banner image is just pretty much like a background. You know, like just a banner, like it's going to be, yeah, that's the banner image. Your profile picture is going to be your headshot.
If you want to get extra fancy, you can also put videos up there now for business pages.
Really? I've noticed too that, see what I see online, quite a few of those cover pages change anything from pets to a church group or whatever, so can they be changed readily?
Yeah, you could change it to whatever you like. This is your own personal page, so it doesn't have to be branded by us. So if you did want to use one of our branded pictures, you could just go to our Facebook page and you could click on our banner image once it loads up.
Does any copy go along with that, like a profile would have? Copy, description of, I mean, on the cover or on this?
I mean, you don't have to have any, like, you could add a description, but it's not really like important because the picture is just like a background image. This is as much as you could really customize on Facebook as a banner image. So I see people that use this image, or they'll put pictures of their dogs. It's really up to you if you want to like make a certain experience as far as like posting your pets or posting a home, or like you could even do a banner of an open house that you're doing this weekend. You know, that way people, that's the first thing they're going to see on your page. So in order to get the banner image, if you go to the page itself, You could actually just hold it down and drag it over to your desktop and release it. I already have it on there, so I'm just going to cancel that, but it will go to your desktop and it'll save there, so you don't have to save it or anything. It'll just automatically do it for you. So I'm going to maximize this again. You're going to upload a cover photo, so you're just going to click the little upload button, and there is my picture. We're going to click OK, and then it will start generating your page and putting that all together for you.
So as we talked about yesterday, the profile can contain anywhere from 255 words or 255 characters, or was it words?
It would be
Or-
characters.
Or it could be more, you said?
It'll be characters, and I'll have to see if it gives me a limit whenever we get to that part. So I will test that. So it didn't look like it uploaded my cover image. So if you do make your page and it doesn't have the cover image in there just yet, click add a cover. Choose from, well, you're going to do upload photo because it's going to be coming from your desktop. So we're going to find that picture again, click on it and click open. And then we're going to scroll down, and you could arrange this by dragging it and dropping it. So I like to have it with the little logo down at the bottom, and then you just click save. It'll do this little refresher bit, and it will be uploaded. So this right here is your profile picture. This is your banner image. So the banner image is pretty much how you customize and add like a little bit of color to your page. Because as far as customization on Facebook, you can't change background colors or anything yet. I feel like in the future, maybe that might be an option, but that's something that Facebook would have to do on their own. Okay, so whenever you have these basics at the top filled out, as far as your picture and banner image, you're able to go in here and you could kind of look around a little bit and see what else you have in here. And even if you did want more of a walkthrough, it gives you a little welcome to your new page section, and you could see all new page tips. That way you could go through everything and create everything exactly how you like. What is this? Okay. So this is just to optimize your page and be able to manage more things. And you could add business hours too. This is just going to give you tips as you go along with creating your new Facebook page. But we're actually just going to start up at the top and go to our settings right here. This is going to be the settings to our personal page, well, our business page. And as you can see, it gives you a lot of options here. So first things first, page visibility is going to be if your page is published or not. If you are wanting to really take your time and change every single setting on here humanly possible, you can do that. And you could switch it to unpublished, and that will mean it's not going to show up on your searches just yet. Whenever you do page published, be aware that it could take up to a full day for your page to be shown on Facebook because it has to re-upload your whole page. So you could switch in between, but know that there will be a slight delay in between turning it on and off as far as turning it back on. So I'm just going to keep mine on published because this is a class and it's fine if it's visible to people. I'm going to make this a little bit over here. Okay. You could also customize what people post on your page. So visitor post, you could change it to nobody posting on your page. So disabling people posting, I would allow people to because that means more people will engage with your Facebook page. People will be able to post on there and ask questions. And you could also allow everyone to kind of go back and forth and talk about everything, as well as reviews. I would encourage you to have people leave reviews on your Facebook if you do work along with people. Reviews are super important, and I feel like the first thing that people go to or should go to before working with a business, because it gives you insight of other people's experiences. So I do recommend reviews if you do work with a client, go through a closing, anything like that. They'd be able to write their experience and kind of put in a good word, and that will encourage other people to work with you. So as far as all of these settings, it's really just customization on what you want allowed on your page, and if there is any restrictions, age restrictions, country restrictions. You could even turn off profanity, so if someone curses on there, it will block out the word. So that's good if you have, like friends and family on there and you don't want people in there cursing up a storm. I feel like that's not really a major issue if you have people on there who take your business seriously. Otherwise, I could see where that could be used if there's going to be people who are under the age of 18 on your page, but I don't think that they will be under 18.
On the profanity filter, is there a list of words that are automatically not used or blanked out, or?
I'm sure there's different words that are on there because you have the option of off, medium, or strong. I'm assuming medium's gonna blank out the words like poop and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then strong's gonna take out the F word and all that stuff. So I guess it would really depend on what you consider as a curse word. But again, I don't think you really have to worry about that because I don't think people are gonna be on there like dropping the F-bomb every other word, unless you make them really angry. Okay. Let's see.
Translate might be good.
Yeah, translate automatically is a great feature Facebook has. It's automatically going to be selected. So that's if people post on your page in another language, underneath it's going to give you a little bolded text that says translate. Whenever you click on that, it'll translate to English. So if you have someone on your page that's written everything in Spanish or in another language, if you click translate, it will translate it all over to whatever language your computer's set in. So even if you're more fluent in Spanish and your computer Spanish and someone writes a big thing in English, you could translate it to Spanish. That way you could read it quicker. So that's a really cool feature too. That way you could see what everyone's saying, even if you don't know what language they're speaking. So it's a great universal tool too. I use it kind of often if I see something and I don't know what it says. Okay. I think these other ones,
Hey, could you explain
they're
what
not
you mean
really.
by allowing others to post on your page?
Let's say I join your page and I write a post and it's visible on your page. That would mean it's allowed access. If you have it to where you don't want other people posting, then you'd have it turned off, and that means no one could write on your page. I would not turn it off because if no one writes on your page, then it just shows like, have you even worked with anybody, or it's good to have engagement. Engagement is people talking to one another because then it shows that like it's kind of like a home base for people to discuss things, which is like our agent page. We have everyone able to talk and discuss things, look for open houses, talk about new exciting things, and it creates kind of a community like relationship within your page, and it makes it more reliable. I feel like whenever people have their posts turned off, it's to kind of hide things because then people can't even say anything on the page. I don't
They
think.
can reply to your post, right? I mean,
Yeah, they
post
could
on-
reply. You could also turn that off too, I think. But I would have that on too because it's good to have engagement. It's good to have feedback to see what people think or if they have questions for you. So that way you could actually be contacted. So all these are things that you could really customize on here. There's a whole bunch of different stuff along this side. Even with messaging, you could filter out things and customize it. So
if somebody posts on my page, that would go to, say, if I had 100 followers for friends.
it would show up on your page. So for example, if you're just on your normal news feed and you follow someone's page, it might say like Megan posted to real estate, because if you're friends with that person and also on their page, it'll show it on your news feed because you qualify for both of those connections. So it would show, but it's only if people are already affiliated with the page. It wouldn't send everyone a notification, but they would see it on their news feed, and they would see it even more if people were to comment and like on it. So the more interaction, the more important it is to social media news feed. So more people will be shown that and be able to kind of like look at your page and go to it and everything. So on here, this is for messaging. You're able to send automatic replies and follow-up messages. You could create these and it will be able to send them an automatic message. So prompt people to send a message whenever you add someone on Facebook or go to their Facebook page. It'll automatically pull up a little chat box. So it'll be like, oh, message this person if you have a question. It's a great feature to have turned on because then if they have a question, they don't even have to go and search for you and click to message you. It's already on there. So it's kind of more of an open door for them to go and ask you questions. So that is a great feature to definitely keep on, in my opinion. Okay. All right, and if they were to open the messenger and message you, you could turn this on and you can create a personalized message that will already say, like if you click on to talk to me, it'll fill in the person's name. And then thank you for getting in touch with us on Messenger. Please send us any questions you may have. It's a way to make a personalized experience without even having to do any work. So that's a great feature to keep on too, if you did want to make it more of a personalized experience. And you could even do follow-up messages too. Let's say if you have an open house or if you had a phone conversation with someone and you wanted to follow up with them, you could get little follow-up messages too. And again, you could schedule it. So you could really plan things out and or customize whatever you want sent to that person after you enable it. Yeah. If we go into page info, that's going to be pretty much where you really want to focus on. I'm kind of just trying to skim through the different things that you could do on here that I think are important. Page info is definitely the number one thing that's important because this is what is showing up on your page. So this is really like the meat to the bones of the page. So you definitely want to put in a description. So the description is just going to summarize what you offer and what your specialties are. So for example, if I primarily focus in selling homes in Central Florida, then you can put that in there. It does say there is a limit of 255 characters, 255, don't know why I just said it like that, 255 characters. So as you type, oh, it doesn't count down, but it will stop typing whenever it reaches 255. So 255 is going to be roughly like a paragraph. In my opinion, I write kind of like long paragraphs, but it doesn't count down for you. So it once you're typing, it'll just stop typing. So then you'll know that you have reached the limit. Okay. So I would definitely just write a little bio in here. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Description is just going to go over what your page is all about. So it's going to be about real estate and why you stand out from other people doing the same thing as you. This is kind of where you could add your own little spice to it.
Same thing as profile?
The description's just it's just the breakdown of what the page is. So profile on your personal page, I feel like that's just a bio on your personal page and you don't have that many like characters for the bio. I don't have a bio because I feel like it's just another space that just is there on Facebook. But I do only see like very short text whenever I do see a bio. Description is just like this painting, like what it would be, like flowers in a vase, like, you know, so it's just kind of like a very short breakdown, but still gets the point across of what you do. So that's why with the description, I would state your name, where you specialize in. So if you do specialize in buying and selling, you can include that. And if you have certain locations, like some people only like to do Lake Mary or Lake Nona, like specializing in buying and selling in Lake Nona, you know, then you could kind of throw that in there. This is just going to be highlight points for the people who are on your Facebook page so they know what you're all about. For each section that you do edit, you're going to want to click Save Changes. It does do it by sections. Categories, you're able to add more than one. So let's see. Oh goodness. I think you can have more than one of these. I would say add like whatever ones apply to you, because this is going to be a filter out for whenever people are searching these type of filters, like real estate agent. Your page will more likely be shown in those results. So you could add those in and click Save. Phone number is going to be your personal phone number.
Categories, can you go back and update your categories after your page is finished?
Yes, you can. Yep. Everything that is in your page info, you're going to be able to update. So you just have to go back to your settings, and then in here you could update it anytime. So that's including your description, phone number, everything like that. So you can change those if you do have anything that's updated. Phone number, of course, put your personal phone number or whatever phone number you use as far as business. So that way you're able to be a point of contact in there. In an extension, if you do have an extension, or if you have a home office, anything like that. Click Save Changes. Apparently this is not valid, so let me, boop, boop, boop. Oh, that's not. All right. Website, this is where you could input your Boomtown website address, or if you have a different personal website address, you could put that in there. I would recommend the Boomtown one because it's a lead generator. If you don't have a Boomtown class, a Boomtown account yet, I'm having a class next week on Wednesday. I believe it's already the last week of, yeah, next Wednesday I have a class on Boomtown. It's the last day of orientation for our new agents. So if you don't have an account for that yet, I would recommend messaging me at support@premiumagents.net so I could get that set up before our class on Wednesday. I'll leave a sign up sheet as well if you're a new agent watching this, so you can get an account, because that class is a pretty long class with lots of information, and it's good to have that website made up before we start. Otherwise, it's very easy to get lost. So with the website, you could put in your Boomtown account. So mine would be Megan. Oh, if I can type. No, I cannot.
What day, what time is that class?
Next Wednesday, probably at, I forget what time I usually do that. I think it's at 1 because we have orientation that day. It's usually at 1 or 2, something like that. But I could tell you after class because I have it on my calendar on my desk. Beep, beep, beep. Not used to this keyboard.
First Wednesday. So it's a week from today then?
Yep.
That'll be the 7th of August.
No, I think it's Monday. Some 5, right?
It's the last day of orientation, so it's a
I know,
Wednesday
I know.
usually.
I'm talking about date. I think it's Monday.
Monday is the 5th of August.
It would be the 7th.
It will be the 7th.
Because it's a Wednesday.
Mhm.
We teach the Boomtown class on a Wednesday.
Yeah, because the weekend. So it would be the second week of August whenever there's orientation, I believe. Again, I would have to look at my personal calendar or company calendar to confirm that. But I usually teach it on a Wednesday, which is the last day of orientation. So I would have to look at that and let you guys know. But you can put in your Boomtown website in here. Boomtown is a lead generator that also is a customized URL that people could go to and search all the MLS, and it keeps their contact information and all that good stuff. So that is a brief summary, and we're going to move on now. For the next one, of course, you'd put your business email account, whatever you would want people to reach out to you if they had questions, or if you're going back and forth in a conversation and don't want to talk over Facebook. Put in your email account, so your professional email account. Wi-Fi you don't have to worry about because you're a person, not a building. So you don't have to worry about that, or an address really. So if you just click that, you can kind of have that off of your page. If you did want to put an address though, of course, use a Premium Properties location. That way it's not pinpointing to your home. But I usually just uncheck those because it doesn't really matter. I just want people to contact me. So I'm going to also do no hours available because whenever you make a business page, it's setting it up as if you are like a primary location. So for example, if you're an ice cream shop, it's trying to get your information as far as Wi-Fi location. If you have hours available, days closed. But usually as a real estate person, you could be anywhere, anytime, and open all of the time. So these you don't really have to worry about being selected as far as time. Okay. All right, so this one you have a lot more space with. So this could be kind of more, hold on. Oh, okay. So this one you could put more information if you wanted more than 255 characters for like a bio. It looks like this Impressum is also used for like legal reasons. So if you had like certain legal criteria, I guess you could put it in here. be honest, I'm not like super sure what an impressum is. Do you know what that is?
Basically, it's a statement of ownership of your web presence. So why this page is here, what you do, that kind of thing.
I'm curious because it's like, oh, these people in this country. Okay, so legally maintained statement of ownership and authorized authorship of document which must be included in books, newspapers, magazines. So it's, I guess, just kind of like legal ownership. So you could use this as a bio if you want to, but it looks like in certain countries you have to include like law stating of ownership. So you really don't have to worry about that if you don't want to, or you could type more in there about your personal self and, you know, your business, all that good stuff. Price range, I would keep unspecified because not everyone's under the $4 sign whenever they're looking for houses, if you know what I mean. I'm not. And privacy policy, of course, if you have a privacy policy. Oh, looks like he has privacy policy.
Yeah, how would you would get the privacy policy is you would go to your to the premium properties page and then go down to the privacy policy at the bottom and then use that link for that right there.
I'm going to show you guys where that's at really quick. So if you do need the privacy policy, just go to our First Orlando real estate page. It's going to load up and you're going to fly down to the bottom if it wants to. There we go. Is it down at the bottom? Or is it
maybe it's on the Boomtown site.
Doo-doo. I'm trying to think where it was. I haven't been on it before, but it might be on
try the
it.
Boomtown site.
Oh, it's like premium Orlando properties. I believe. Probably typed something wrong. Nope. First time's a charm. All right, I'm gonna look on here for that. Oh, come on. Oh, privacy policy. So on our Boomtown one, you could actually get the privacy policy right here. So if we click on that, all you're gonna have to simply do is copy that. So don't forget, I'm not on a Mac. Copy. We don't need that. And then you could just pasty. And save changes. And that is good.
So if you have a personal Boomtown website, you can use the privacy policy from that one too.
Okay, so everything in here is then complete on your page info. Templates and tabs. This is going to be more customization as far as if you want to change what is visible on your page. So for example, if you don't want to show reviews and you're not a shop and you don't want to show offers, you can go into settings and turn them off and save it. And then you don't have to worry about it taking up space on your page for like irrelevant things that aren't on there. So it's good to kind of like optimize what you want. Event ticketing you don't have to worry about because you're a real estate person, so you don't really have to deal with ticketing and selling tickets to things unless you're doing an event. Then you could do Facebook events and stuff like that. You could change your notification settings, messenger settings. Page roles is if you have more than one person on your page. So I sometimes see husbands and wives do real estate together. You could make it to where both of you are on the same page and you both have the same rights as if you own the page. So you can remove people, add people, delete posts, but if it's just someone who likes your page, they are unable to do any of that. They're just a follower. But if you have someone that you're working with, then you could change the page roles to them being an admin or a moderator. So that way they're able to do whatever you can do. More customization as far as limiting what people see and people do. Preferred page audience would, of course, not be agents. Looks like they changed where this stuff is. And I actually haven't seen the branding content thing, so I want to look at this. Okay, so it looks like this is also where you could have your blocked pages. So if you do block pages, it'll show up on here if you do lose them. And if you need to approve things before they're posted. So for example, if we tagged you in something on premium properties, you could have it be pending first and then you have to accept it. I don't think you have to worry about that. I feel like these settings are more so if you have a huge page and you have to deal with a lot of backlash, but you guys don't really have to deal with, you know, blocking people and stuff unless you're hiding that you're a real estate person from whomever. You could create Instagram to be linked with your account. Instagram is just primarily images. So if you have an Instagram account, you could connect to your Facebook because they are pretty much owned by the same now. So you're able to integrate that if you do want to share pictures, featured posts. So you can pin it to the top so people could see it. Wi-Fi network you don't got to worry about because again, you guys are individuals, not a location. So if we go back to our home page here, it should give you a little bit more of a breakdown. It gives you more tips as you go along. So that way, if you forgot something, it will remind you. And now it will have services if you have services, but let's see what our options are. Okay. You could add prices and stuff, but services you could always do, you know, like open houses, consultations, getting pricing for a home, things like that. You could add it that way people understand what you do. But the tricky part with this is that you have to add a duration, and sometimes you can't really pinpoint how long it's going to be to talk to someone about certain subjects. So really, I would focus more on just doing a service name and description, but I think you have to put a duration. Oh, actually, no, you could turn it off. So you can actually turn all those off and just have what you do. You don't have to put a price in there and then do a description of what that would include. So for example, if you're going to do a private showing, you could put in there what your agenda is so people would know what they would be getting as they walk through. So if you have printouts, if you have free cookies, things like that. Sometimes it's good just to give people a brief overview before they really dedicate in it. So I'm going to go on my home page and we're going to scroll down. I'm going to show you guys a couple more things. And then I'm going to talk about how you then start getting followers on your page and likes. If it wants to refresh for me. Wow. Okay. So on the right hand side, it also will kind of motivate you to get more likes. So as I said earlier, how my personal page is kind of connected but not connected to my business page. On the side, it's going to give you actually people that you're friends with on your personal page that you can invite over. So you don't have to invite everybody on your friends list if you don't want to spam them. You could selectively pick people that you know would be interested in supporting you on Facebook. And you could click see all friends and it's going to show you the entire list of people that you have as friends, or you could search for them in this box. So it's going to bring up the people on here that you might want to add in, and it's going to give you little tasks to kind of motivate you. So pages with 10 or more likes get more engagement. You can invite 10 people that you think might be interested in supporting you, or friends and family, people that will really just keep the likes and comments going on your page. So that way you're able to promote that. This is also where you will see your ratings. If you do get reviews and stuff like that, you could also remove these on the sidebar too in your settings if you don't want to have that many things on your account on the sidebars there. Some people like to keep it very simple as far as the picture, their services, and their news feed, and that's it. So the question now is, all right, let's say you got your whole entire page there, and now you're wondering, how do I get likes on here? How do I broadcast this to the world and get people to contribute and get more business? So I have a couple of main factors that I think would really help. And of course, first things first, the free things is going to be inviting people that are friends and family and asking them to share your page too. Because if they share it, it's going to another pool of people that you might not know but might be looking for homes in this area. And it will reach people that you might not even know in real life that will be able to come and talk to you and get more information. As well, there's plenty of pages on Facebook that you could look up and see. So for example, if we go into here, and I'm just gonna summarize this. Real estate Orlando. There's so many pages on Facebook and community groups that it's really insane. There's plenty of places where you could promote your page and people can follow you in. So for example, Orlando Real Estate Investors, that has 3,000 people. I'm just gonna go to pages really quick. And this is gonna show just pages that have people in it. So Real Estate Store Orlando. Orlando Real Estate, well, that has a little amount of people. I would honestly go for the ones that have a lot. Our page has a lot, but you could still promote it on our page too, though, such as share your URL for your Facebook and everything. Real estate, here, let's see. Orlando open house. Okay, so for example, we scroll on down. Why are none of these actually showing anything?
Scroll back up. Orlando open houses.
That one counts, but it kind of looks like a company.
Oh, 2 down.
Okay, like Orlando open houses. This is where you could promote on here and see what homes are available. You could like their page. You could join groups. Groups might actually be a better place to find this. Amazing. Okay, Orlando homes for rent. Orlando rent, buy, sell. There's 12K members in here. You know, you could copy and paste your URL to your Facebook and be like, hey, I'm a new realtor, or hey, I'm an experienced realtor. Please give my page a like. I'm looking to help anyone who has any questions with real estate. You could promote it on there because it already has an audience of people who are looking to buy, sell, rent, anything having to do with the Orlando area. You could also customize it for like Lake Nona. And it's gonna have the same thing. It's gonna have different little groups that are for each location, and you're able to spread your information there. You could also spread your Boomtown account there too, but your Facebook page will be linked to your Boomtown account if you do and put that in there, so that way everything's kind of conjoined. So that's also another free way to show your Facebook pages. Just join groups, join pages, you know, be a part of the community as far as open houses and people in the market, because you want to target those people who are looking for someone to go to and ask questions to. So how you would add a group is simple enough. Just click join. Sometimes they're going to ask you questions, sometimes they won't. See this one. So it's going to ask you what your affiliation is and what city you're based out of. You just answer those really quickly. 9 times out of 10, they'll accept you unless you, you know, don't abide by their rules. Some places might remove your post for self-promotion. It depends on what type of page they are. But most of the time you can promote yourself because it's like a no rules thing where people are able to promote whatever they need to. And then you could get your word out on that. You could also create or order Facebook ads from us. And Paul's actually going to show you guys how you're able to create Facebook ads if you want to promote yourself. And let's say that the joining of pages and sharing to your friends isn't doing enough for you. Facebook ads will reach out to strangers and show up on their news feed. That way they're able to join you. So I'm actually going to go to my page. And actually, one last thing. In this drop down in the little corner, you're also able to get to your page. So you just click the little triangle here and then click on your page, and it's going to take you back to here. So now I'm going to let Paul take over and show you guys how to run some Facebook ads if you do need help sharing information on your page and getting more views and likes.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
So Megan the Realtor needs more people to like her page and also engagement, and also maybe she has an open house that she wants to promote. But her sphere of influence is maybe small right now, maybe she's just starting out and she wants to expand that to people who are in the area. We're gonna go to manage ads. So if you don't have this set up yet, what you can do is it'll ask you a few questions and then it will eventually take you to this page. So we're already all set up. We're gonna go into Megan's ad account. And we are gonna create an ad. It's gonna ask you a few things about the integrity of Facebook advertising, especially with real estate. You have to make sure that you don't infringe on the non-discrimination policy. It has a lot of information here about age, sex, orientation, but also how much you make. So you don't want to be discriminating against people who make less or more. So that's something important when you start keying into your demographics later. Okay?
I don't have managing ads, but I have advertising on Facebook. Is that the same thing?
Yes. Okay, so you're just going to click accept to show that you accept their non-discrimination policy. We're going to go ahead and create our first ad. You can also pay for more promotion on your post on there as well, but Facebook will ask you for that. So that's not something I'm going to go over. Okay, we are going to go into lead generation for creating our ad. This will be the most helpful for you, especially if you're creating a new Facebook page. Set up ad account. Make sure you're United States, currency US dollars, time zone, and we are in the America, New York time zone. Continue. Now we're going to go into creating our target demographics. And the best part about these is that you can save them. So you'll be able to name them and then save them later on. So we are going to do open house. Actually, let's say we're just, let's promote a listing. And this listing is going to be a house that is with good schools. It's going to be a 3-bedroom. It's going to be moderate range in price. So great for someone who is starting a family. That's going to be our target demographic for now. Okay, so we're going to say family home. Make sure you have the proper channel selected. We are Megan the Realtor. And now we can start making this custom target audience. You can choose a lookalike, but for something like this, we're not going to have something set up yet. So after you start creating your target demographics and you start having kind of a library of these different ad sets, you'll be able to pick and choose previous ones and then target them differently depending on your house that you're selling or whatever the purpose is for that ad. First thing we're going to edit is the location. We definitely want to include Orlando. And it's going to be a 25-mile radius around the Orlando area. And you can see that includes a lot of stuff. This includes Kissimmee, the Winter Park area, all the way around, I think even hitting Millennia. Claremont, you can easily add that. if you want to add Claremont, so Claremont, Florida, if that's the area you want to target. But as you can see, that just expands your circle a little bit. So Claremont is in that circle, but we're going to add this circle as well because it gives us more of the Central Florida area, basically targeting anywhere you think people would be interested in this, especially people who could travel for, say, an open house or something like that, or just a tour. I'm going to also add Cocoa Beach. And this will also take care of my Melbourne Beach area. Okay, so we got 3 areas selected. And you can see right here, this is the reach currently. All genders, and then let's get into our detailed targeting. Here you can add demographics, interest, or behaviors. HGTV could be something, and you want to do it as an interest. So see right here on the side, it says employer, school, interest. You want to make sure you're selecting interest for these things. Realtor. You don't want to select job title because that's you. So you're not targeting other people like you, you're targeting people who are interested in you. So real estate broker, interest. Family, home, maybe. Single family detached home. Or family of those who live abroad, away from family. It will also give you suggested items down here. We're going to go with this. We're also going to go with family, children. Let's see if it gives us any. Let's do parents. So parents, if I could spell. So you can pick, so this is a great option right here. It can even pick the, this is one of your demographic options. So new parents, parents with preschoolers, parents with early school age children. So like I said earlier, we have really good schools in the area of this house that we're selling. So we're going to pick parents with early school age children. Especially if they're picking a home, you want something that they're going to be at for a while. Another thing to think about while you're doing this is this right here. You want to stay in the middle. You don't want to get too specific or too broad because then you aren't utilizing the money that you're spending on this ad well because you're reaching people who don't apply to your house that you're selling. Okay, let's do maybe investment. Property. Okay. All right. I would stay away from household income. Like I said, that's one of the things that could fall into that discrimination policy. Okay, so it says we're going to get about 8 to 25 leads from this. Our reach right here, which is pretty good. And then you're going to have people that you can exclude. Something that you're going to want to exclude is other realtors because they don't need your services. And you're going to want a realtor as a job description. Let's try this again. Real estate broker job title. There you go. Again, that's excluding. And make sure it's under job title. You don't want to exclude people who have an interest in real estate brokers. Okay. see. This is an option right here for Facebook to use some of their AI technology to expand your target areas. If there is certain places that Facebook thinks that you could receive more business from and more lead generation, they will allow you to pick and choose specific ones on their own accord, and that'll just help you get more leads. Because maybe you didn't include something up here that that would be an interest for people. Okay, I want to keep moving forward. They do a really good job with automatic placements, cost control, average cost per lead, or you can do a budget. I like to do budget because it automatically gives the set amount that I'm willing to expend. And once you put that in there, then it will give you that. And then you can run ads continuously starting today. Set a start end date. I'm going to set a start end date. I'm going to do it for 2 weeks. Let's do July 31st to August 9th. It's a little less than, but that's the amount that we're going to do for now. Let's see here. You get charged for impressions. You can also edit this right here. Actually, no, they pick it for you. Okay. Let's see here. Make sure that you view the terms and you accept. Also, Facebook will tell you, they'll give you little alerts on the bottom before you complete your ad set or whatever. That will tell you that, hey, you need to fix this real quick, and then you can move forward. We're going to continue. And this is where we can start getting creative with our ads and choosing what it looks like, what you're doing, that kind of thing. They have different options here. You can rather do a single image or video, or you can do a carousel. If this is your first time making an ad, I would just stick with a single image for now because it's a little easier. We are gonna choose an image. So let's pick an image right here. I'd very much encourage you guys to definitely look through all the options on here on editing an ad, because you can do like really creative videos that they have presets for. I'll show you right now, they have little templates. And this is a great way to get people more engaged with your material. With video, you're more likely to get eyes on it because it's more eye-catching. So that's an option right there. And you can choose from all these different templates. For now, I'm going to stick with a photo just because this is our first time making an ad. You can edit everything from the text. Oh, come on. Let's go. Go back to ad. Okay, like I said, this house is in a great neighborhood with 2 blocks from, let me just say, award-winning school district. Or 2 blocks from award-winning schools.
If If you
Great
choose
family
video, how long does the video play?
Anywhere from 3 seconds to 8.
Can you show more than one picture?
Yeah,
On a
yeah.
video?
That's something that you can go in there. Honestly, the shorter the video, the better, especially when people are scrolling. That's not content that they're specifically choosing to watch. So you want something that's going to quickly grab their attention that they want to click on to go to your page or anything else to find more information. You can also edit your story's background. So since our colors are green, you can choose this green right here and then have it turn into a hue later on. And I'll show an example of what that looks like. If you want it to link to your Facebook page, you can put that display link right here, and then also there should be an area for you to put the full link. And then you can change your call to action as well. So apply now, book now, download, get offer, get quote, learn more. We're going to do learn more for now. And we're not going to worry about this stuff down here. This is if you have app events, offline events, Facebook Pixel, like those are just options that you can have to help with tracking. But that's a more advanced option that you guys don't really have to worry about for now. Okay. All right. And that is how you make a Facebook ad. After you finish this, you can also do a form. That's more of an advanced option. So if you guys ever want to have one-on-one time with me and go over how to create a form that will automatically generate from your ad, I can also show you that in your free time. You can email us at support@premiumagents.net to schedule an appointment with me. And then after that, you press confirm, and then it will generate your ad and show you the examples as well. So just to show you right here, this is how it's going to look as an Instagram story. Desktop newsfeed. And again, this will populate in all these different areas. And Facebook automatically creates these. So if there's a space that Facebook owns, that can be populated on there. So it may not even be on Facebook per se. It could be on some random website, or it could be on Instagram. And it populates in all these different areas for people to view, so that it becomes a part of their social media experience. And then that way they automatically, from their social media experience, can go onto your page or go onto that website directly off their phone or desktop computer. And that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any more questions, you can email us at support@premiumagents.net or call us and then get directed to us that way.
Does anyone have any questions for now? No? Also with the Facebook ads, Paul can do them for you too, but it would be sent through our Facebook. But if you did need it directed to your page, then he'd be able to do that. You just have to pay for us to create that ad for you if you feel like this is too much, because it is kind of a lot of like customization and stuff. Then you got to abide by every single one of their rules, or it won't allow you to post. So it's up to you too if you wanted to personally do it, or if you wanted to order it and then he'll just make it for you.
Yeah.
So there's a shortcut there too to make it easier.
Yeah, especially if this is way more complicated than something that you're used to doing. I'll be more than happy to make it for you, and you can order that in the marketing store.
But this class was recorded, so later on today I will have this uploaded on our YouTube channel. So if you guys want to watch it at home and have your computer with you, that way you could go through the setup process and everything like that. That will also be recorded. But if you have any questions, let us know. We'll be over in the marketing area too if you guys are hanging out for a little bit today too.
What's email address again?
support@premiumagents.net. Okay, I don't think anyone online even wrote anything, so just make sure.
All right. Yeah, I don't
Nope.
see any questions. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
So we're fine. We're not